Alright, Dark Steel Juggernaut, not looking too good. I mean, once again, we really have a pretty bad pack as far as I can tell. I mean, the only thing that that works with our deck. I mean, we've just been getting weak packs the entire draft, but I mean, I see Midnight, I see Nitrogen Sensor, essentially. Nothing else here really. I mean, I guess the Aryok Edgewright could work. Do have 11 artifacts, only 7 creatures. I'm just not. I don't know. We don't really have any equipment, so just be like 2/2. I just think the Sensor is a better pick. Alright, here, Coldotha Phoenix, or Shatter, or even Targon of Corruption and Lifestaff. I'm really, really wondering what they took out of this pack. Because this is a pretty loaded pack. It's between the Phoenix and a Shatter. I don't see any reason not to go ahead and try out the Phoenix, just because it's a rare I haven't played with yet. And I think we are low on creatures, and we need some kind of win condition, to be honest. I think this seems pretty safe, even though it is pretty heavy red. You know, we don't really have that many colored cards, so I'm not too worried about our mana base here. I mean, the Dragon of Corruption is also very good, but that's not, that's always going to be gone after this pack. The 2 mirrors, hopefully, maybe one will wheel. Both of those, either of those will work in our deck. The Shatter's obviously good, but we'll see what comes back. But I think the Phoenix is the pick. All right, so good cards. Grasp of Darkness. That doesn't work in our deck. Liquid Metal Coating looks like something we might want to play. I think I'm going to go ahead and pick up the Liquid Metal Coating. We can probably wheel the Warden, and yeah, nothing else here really appeals. This with the coating, we could potentially just bounce a land to play the Glinthawk and then replay it. Alright, so once again, not too much here. The Bloodshot Training is a good card, but it doesn't work in our deck. What we just need are artifacts, essentially, in order to power up the Foundries. I mean, I think here I wouldn't mind playing the Replica just for another 3-drop, and for another creature, just another body to get on the field. Alright, so here's what we were waiting for. Another Glinthawk. Alright, so that's definitely the pick. Alright, so Darktech Drake's a good card. Never had a chance to play with it extensively, but maybe one day I'll draft blue and give it a shot. The cards I'm seeing here, a Quarter Shield appeals to me, because we have the Glinthawks. Bladed Pinions, though, seems like it'd be a decent card. I mean, this is maybe a tough one. We do have, I think we could use the Vigilance, just because we're trying to be aggressive, and having Vigilance and giving more toughness to our creatures just seems powerful to me. The fact that it works well with Glinthawk also is a bonus. Alright, so we are low on creatures. I think it might be worth taking the Galma's Warden, but let's see, how many artifacts do we have? We have 15 artifacts. I don't necessarily see a problem with taking a Tangle Cord, maybe. We do already have that. I think we can probably get a few more artifacts. I think it's easier to take a creature. Yeah, I think that's probably better, just to take the creature. And here we go. Interesting pack. Memnite, obviously pretty good, but the Arbalest, I think, might be the better pick, just so we have a bit more removal, and so that our small creatures have things to do. Then again, I don't know, this is kind of a tough one. I like the Memnite, but I don't think that's, I think the pick up here. Actually, I like the Arbalist just because it'll come out after the Golem Foundry more than likely. Alright, so here might as well pick up a Soliton. Don't think we're gonna play it, but it's a card and an artifact and a creature. All three of which we need, so it might actually make it in. It's not exactly the most exciting draft ever, but we did come up with an interesting archetype that has the potential to work, I think. Alright, so I guess we could... I don't really see too much of a point in taking the Flight Spellbomb or the Nihil Spellbomb. Neither of those really work for us. But don't really have anything in the graveyard we like to recur, so I don't really have any problem with someone who wants to play the Nihil Spellbomb, but the Flight Spellbomb could be annoying. And it is, a one-drop artifact. Alright, so nothing here. I like this land card. I think the Scars Plains look pretty sweet. Alright, so Flight Spellbomb. Probably gonna hide this combat. Probably not gonna. I mean, we're gonna have to make some choices here. We do have 29 cards currently showing. Obviously, we're only gonna play, 23 probably of those cards. We do want to be very heavy artifact, though. I'm not exactly sure how relevant the Throne of Geth is, to be honest. Never actually used the card. I'm sure in Poison actually pretty good. I'm just not sure. I mean, we're not exactly a creature-heavy deck, but we are. I guess we are artifact-heavy, but not all of our artifacts we really necessarily need to sacrifice. I don't think it really works in this situation. It might be one of the first ones we get cut. We'll put in the absolute must-plays and then see where we are from there. I would have liked to have gotten, a few more artifacts. Alright, so we're at 21 playables here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 artifacts. That's not bad. I think probably we do only have 8 creatures currently. So look at color again. So a few choices. Gama's Warden, which is actually not a bad card with Metalcraft. Kemba's Skyguard, another pretty good card. Soliton, which it does have the advantage of being an artifact. I think though I just like playing. Actually, I think maybe one of these two should be pretty good, just so we can have the ability to attack in the air, maybe. Well, then again, I think what we were looking for though is more defense, to be perfectly honest, because our win conditions are essentially the Phoenix here, the Golem Foundries, the Necrogen Sensors, and possibly the Arbalest, just to get in there when they're, locking us down. Dragon of Thought, I don't think it's going to make it. Throne of Geth, I kind of already discussed how I don't think that's too good. I am pretty happy that I've got these 2 rare lands here. I mean, they're not worth that much, but it's just nice to pick up some cards that are at least going to be playable for a long time. Alright, so looks like I'm pretty happy with the way this list looks so far. I mean, obviously, it's not the strongest deck ever, and doesn't have that clear of a strategy, but hopefully we have enough artifacts to make the Golem Foundry relevant. It might even be worth just playing a Spellbomb in there to make it happen. But then again, we'd have to remove one of our colored cards, which I don't really think is that important. I mean, all our colored cards are essentially these 2 are very powerful, and these are all just kind of keeping us alive. Glenhawk's pretty central. I think we'll just go with this and see what happens. So I think actually I'd rather play more red than I would white, even though we do have more white cards, because I would not want to be stuck unable to cast the Phoenix here. But let's see what. Well, I guess we're gonna play 17 land. I think 10 and 7 sounds decent, but we'll see what Moto says. 9 and 8 in favor of white. I think 10 and 7 is better. Simply because of the 3 cost on Kuldotha Phoenix. We really only have basically a bunch of 1-drops here. I mean, the only card we really want to play, I mean, even Glinthawk, we're not exactly going to be playing turn 1 because we're going to be needing to bounce something. So potentially we could be bouncing like Memnite or whatever, but preferably we'd want to be bouncing like Necrogen Sensor after hitting him for 6 with it. I don't know, maybe another Plains in there wouldn't hurt. 9 and 8 sounds okay. I think we should be able to get the 3 red we need in order to play the Phoenix, especially late game. We shouldn't have any problems with Metalcraft, I wouldn't think. Now with 15 artifacts, so yeah, I think that looks pretty good. So we'll give this a shot.